Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike, I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this. Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really let, hello, casting wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory. Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on. Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lube and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped here everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Hey, y'all. Hey. How is everyone today? I hope everyone is well. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. And all of that other good stuff. And yeah. We're here eating on an outshine popsicle. I'm afraid. I'm afraid for today because the dossier is light. And whenever we have a light dossier, shit just goes to hell in a handbasket. Shit just goes to hell in a handbasket. Ciao. So that means we've been a clown today. Now, if you new here, some of the pupils
get real happy when I say the dossier is light, because a light dossier mean we go down rabbit holes. Shit just goes way left, and we have a lot of fun. Mm. Speaking of having a lot of fun, Dave Thomas came over yesterday. We did some wrestling. Some wrestling was done. I guess he had fun. I was over here like, okay, you done? You finished back there? Okay. Child, yeah. So Dave Thomas, better known as 4 for 4, came over. Chill. Chill. Anyway, let me say hey to y'all and get this party started. Hey, the informed, say Vaughn, Uncle Jay. Hey, Paul. Paul say I'm early today. Trey let me up early. Hey, Miss Kiki, Tawana, Xavier. Xavier, where the hell you been? You been skipping class. And then he put good afternoon, really being tried. You in the wrong live, Xavier. Wrong live. Wrong hole, fool. Wrong hole, fool. Hey, Quake. Hey, Cassandra. Then he gonna try and come back with the right thing. You was already wrong. Hey, crazy homebody girl. Sharice, what's going on, my love? It's 104. Oh, child. No, wait, Quake, ain't you on the East Coast? Quake, I thought you was in like I don't know why I thought you was in like the Virginia area. No, you're in Houston. Quake is down there in Houston. I'm just remembering now. Quake is down there in Houston. Okay, I remember now. We just talked about Houston on Silly Saturday, Quake. We looked at all of the in our Kornacki Skakis corner. We looked at all of the people running for that District 18 US Congress seat. Mm-hmm. Hey, Brown Mama. DPG is here. Ravine is here. Hey, Ravine. Hey, Shay. And all the way from the ghetto, talking about the ghetto. The ghetto. We have Chef Don here. We got Meyer. Hey, I want you to know that you're still trash. That came from Tawana, officer. I just want to make sure you know. Tawana said, you is trash. Look at Shay. I love a light dossier, child. Y'all know when we have a light dossier, shit goes to hell in a handbasket. Montrez, what's good, bro? Hey, Catherine Powell. Look at that. Look, child. Mm-mm. I'm already, I'm already scared. We have been spiking out. Mm. Yeah, you know, we call 4 for 4. We call him Dave Thomas now. Because If someday Folk for Folk finds this page, it will be very inconspicuous if we're calling him Dave Thomas instead of calling him Folk for Folk. You know, I think it's better for us to call him Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, so that can be our little inside joke. So when we talk about him, we don't have to use such a disparaging nickname. Mm. Show a pic of what? We've already seen 444. I'm sorry, we already seen Dave Thomas. You just didn't know it. He was a palate cleanser. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The chat will call you. Just ask the chat why we call him that. Mm-hmm. Child. Y'all love Dave Thomas. That's not his name. That's just what we call him because Dave Thomas is the name of the founder of Wendy's. Hey, Felicia Boo. Mm. Hey, Miss E. Hey, Rosanda. Don't do that. Hey, Katrina. What's going on, Boo? Child. Terrence, what's good, bruh? Child. Whatever. Whatever. Now, 4 for 4. Now, Paul. 4 for 4 got a nice butt, too. He got a nice piece of ass. And they got the nerve. The ass is the best part. And they got the nerve to be talking about, oh, he only a top. He said he's only bottomed in relationships. I was like, you know what that mean when they say that, child. Child. Oh, you in Austin. I knew it was Texas. I thought it was Houston. Okay. Hey, Janae. Tell Janae we said, hey, we love her. All right, we ready, y'all. Mm. Wait, what did I say? I don't know what you talk about. I don't know what you talk about, brown mama. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and I had to eat my popsicle. But we ready now, y'all. Now I need something to drink. Now I done got thirsty. Chow. Chow. Right. It's 104. Dear God. Janae says she here making dinner. Hey, it's Honesty. What's going on? You know we missed you, TJ. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Hey, Tanya Boo. We can call him Founder Chow. Look at Xavier. Xavier say he done figured it out. That's what he say. Maybe we should call him Ronald McDonald because Wendy's got good meat. Does any fast food restaurant have good meat? Harold! Harold! Hey, hey. Hey, hey. To you, Harold. Chow. Exactly, Janae. Exactly. It's Savon, child, girl. That's what he said, honey. And I'm like, girl, child. Xavier, you already know. Child. Hey, girl, woman, don't try me. Hey, Demetria. I am not. I am not. Absolutely not. You think I would bring if I brought Dave Thomas on the cruise, baby, all y'all would be looking at him like, y'all would look at him in the face first, and then y'all would look down at his crotch. Y'all would do this, and then this. I'm telling y'all, I know y'all. Y'all will go head, then crotch. I know y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Hey, Mama Bees, they already clowning over here. Already clowning. Child, Cassandra, child. Burger King, Five Got Child, they all trash to me. But I know if Dave Thomas came on this good cruise, baby, y'all would clown Dave Thomas. Hey, Mara. All right, y'all. We ready to get started. Put a Shondo in the chat. Let the people know y'all ready. We ready to get started. We done been on here 16 minutes and ain't got to not one story yet. Ain't got to not one story yet. Ciao. Thank you, Mama Bees. Hey, Twin Flames. What's going on, sweetheart? Ciao. Y'all ain't right. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me, please. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share the video out. Let the people know that we over here and we ready to get this party started. Please and thank you, ma'am. Please and thank you, sir. All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you. Well, thank you for becoming a member, Mama Bees. You have to send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is scrolling across the bottom. Send me a DM on Instagram so we could add you to the members only chat over on Discord. It's a lot of fun. Stay away from the not safe for work section. That's the section where Harold and Xavier hang out. The NSFW section of the members only chat, stay away. That's the hangout for Uncle Jay, Paul, Xavier, Chef Don, Harold. They all be over there in the they all be over there in the NSFW section. I don't be over there because I'm a pure and chaste Christian woman. Okay. But the you know the usual suspects, the whores be over there down to the NSFW section. Harold, look, the ones who said it ain't them, it's them. Harold, Uncle Jay, Xavier. Look, see the ones who are the culprits. Well, Paul, Chef Don. I don't even skip through it. I got that whole section closed over there. I don't even go over there because I am pure and chaste, Chimera. But baby, listen, I heard it goes down over there, down to the NSFW section. And they got it categorized too. Like they got, I don't even go over there. Me and Ravine be over there in the good section, okay? I'm just saying. Ciao. Anyway, Twin Flame, ain't you? Twin Flames be in there. She don't be over there to the wait, Twin Flames, you is in the members only chat, right? I don't know what you talking about, Shay. Baby, they be in the members only chat clowning over there. I'll be over there in the politics section, okay? In the sugar spike section. We have a nice, wholesome, good time down to the members only chat. Shout out to the members. What are you talking about? I make sections at your request as members, Xavier. I make sections at the request of members. Hey, Butterfly. They over here slandering my name, Butterfly. These people don't even know what a meat market is, Xavier. Lord. Y'all ain't right. Anyway, can we get to the dossier, please? Lord. We ain't got, it's almost 5:30. We've been on here 20 minutes. Ain't got to not one damn story. Listen, this is why whenever we have a light dossier, I know it's going downhill. Child, and you notice ain't nothing in the cooter section. I made the cooter section for Terrence and Jason and all of my heterosexuals and stuff. Or you're my lesbians that might like the cooter. Ain't not a damn thing in there. They ain't got not a damn thing in the cooter section. Child. Child. A love seat section. Okay. Child. Lord. Lord. Anyway, Lord. The coochie listen, it is nothing in there. Literally nothing. We got a dossier, y'all. Let's get to the dossier. Because people who might be randomly coming in here are looking at us like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Like, what is going on? But you know, we like our little community. We understand what we talk about. We love our jokes and we love how we are a community. Okay. Terrence say the cooter he want to see is in that good house over there. He don't need to see no other cooter. Not it's bare like Sarah's womb. Girl, I'm not doing this with y'all. Shout out to the members. Anyway, y'all, we got to be serious. Focus. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender conforming members of our audience, for real this time. For real. I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So today we start our Sugar Spike segment. We're back here again. Yep. Right back here. We are. Because as I told you all, discrepancies continue to be found. We continue to find discrepancies in what these people are telling us. Now, I told y'all I came over here and I reported the information available at that time yesterday. And we over here, we called the bullshit now. We said, no. We knew that it was something wrong here, because what you not gonna do is come over here and tell us that a black person And in this case, a black man chose to end his life by hanging himself. We just ain't going out like that. Now, if we gonna do it, we ain't gonna do it by hanging ourselves. I promise you that. Not from no tree. Nah, bruh. Nah. Mm-mm. That ain't going down like that. So, there's some discrepancies now. Now, for those of you all not familiar with the situation, this is in the death of DeMartravion Reed, affectionately known as Trey. This is in his brutal death, who people down to Mississippi are trying to make us believe was a suicide, and it just don't seem um like that's the truth. Now they say they found him Monday morning, right? However, they found him over by the pickleball court on campus, right? However, now, now we're finding that there are some inconsistencies. So on the morning of, from information that I've discovered now, on the morning of September 15th, that was Monday when his body was found, deputies from the Grenada County Sheriff's Office came to Trey's family's house and told them he was found in his dorm room bed. The Sheriff's County Office for Grenada County went to the family's house, his family's house, and told them that he was found in his dorm room bed. How could he be found in his dorm room bed if he was found hanging from a tree in the middle of campus at 7:05 p.m.? I mean 7:05 a.m. that morning. I'm sorry. Make that make sense. So you told the family, "Oh, your son was found deceased in his dorm room bed," and then the family didn't find out that he was hanging from a tree until the police chief for Delta State University Police Department came on the news conference and told people that he was found hanging from the tree in the middle of campus by the pickleball court at 7:05 that morning. The sheriff's office telling one thing, the school police department saying another thing. Which one is it? And why is there inconsistencies? Why are there two different stories being told by two different law enforcement agencies? I'm just the parents literally found out about the hanging when we all found out, or when the public found out when they held the press conference. So now they have retained an attorney. Her name is Vanessa Jones, and Ben Crump has also stepped in to assist with legal assistance as well, because we need to get to the bottom of this. The family has already ordered an independent autopsies. They want release of all campus surveillance footage. Now, they're saying that the campus is saying that, oh, well, we have limited surveillance footage. The question is, if this happened in Bolivar County, why is Grenada County reaching out to the parents to let them know that their child was deceased. Like, that's a real question. That's a real question. Hmm. We need answers. We need answers. So there now the chief state medical examiner, is still conducting a autopsy. However, you had the deputy coroner yesterday just going off preliminary said, well, no, he didn't break his legs and arms, even though they weren't finished with the autopsy, right? He even said, even went further. This same uh 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 um deputy coroner is out here just said all kinds of crazy stuff that he should not be saying. Now, he even said in this preliminary, when he reported to news outlets and said he had conducted a preliminary examination and concluded that the student did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with assault. Wouldn't a hanging have lacerations around the neck? I'm just trying to make sure. Like, if somebody hung themselves from a tree and that's how they died and passed away, the body at the moment that they started to choke would have reflexes where the body would start to seize or convulse and things in its attempt to involuntarily take air into the lungs, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that then cause there to be lacerations around the neck area? I'm just asking. Now, I am not now, nor have I ever been a licensed medical examiner or licensed coroner. However, I am quite credentialed and degreed when it comes to having information or knowing the science in or about the human body. And you telling me that there were no signs of lacerations, but yet this person was hanging from a tree, and you all want us to believe that they ended their own life by hanging, and you found no lacerations, not even around the neck area? No contusions. You just immediately ruled out any and everything. Come on now. Why are you even, hey, tacos and tequila, why are you even making outright comments on things and you're still only in the preliminary examination? You should have shut the fuck up and said, we are in the middle of performing an autopsy, and once that full autopsy is done, it will be released to the public. I don't blame the family for saying, let us do our own goddamn autopsy, independent autopsy. Something ain't right here. Because the way y'all make it sound, you make it sound, Mr. Assistant Coroner, like his heart just stopped beating and he just stopped breathing and he quietly died in his sleep. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. Hey, Antonia. Janae says toxicology takes 6 weeks. Most times, in the case of hangings, there is fractures and different things in the spinal column, in the neck area. But who the fuck am I? Something don't sound right here. Hey, lovely 31 blueprint. Hey, Tarshell. Mm-mm. It don't. I ain't buying it. Nope. Like I said, even if I have no knowledge of the human body, what you not gonna make me believe is that a black person, the boy had just started school. He was he had just started school. School had just started. And you mean to tell me shit has spiraled that far out of control that he wanted to end his own life? We ain't buying it. Hey, Angela, what's going on? The grown woman says she got a friend that's a medical examiner and said that shit don't add up. Miss Shorty, Miss Shorty, Miss Shorty B said, well, you know, back in the day, they didn't even have to be credentialed, but I ain't nobody. My question is, and this would happen a lot of times in old school cases in the past. I want somebody in there with the medical examiner so we can make sure that there's no foul play even within the medical examiner's office. I'm just telling you what, I'm just being honest. Listen, DPG, we're trying to make sense of the nonsensical. Hey, Tracy W. But that's the problem. They're saying that, oh, we don't have a lot of video on campus. Really? On a college campus? They're saying they need any and every surveillance video that you have. The family and the family's attorney is right. They said there should, when a student leaves their classroom, you should be able to follow them and track them from the time they exit their dorm until the time they go into the next building. And there should never be a time where there isn't some type of surveillance video. And that should be standard on a college campus in 2025. I mean, thank God they ain't have videos in my college campuses because, baby, we used to find all kinds of places. Baby, the stairwell, the broom closet, the bathroom. We used to sneak people in all kinds of places to do all types of debaucherous things. But that was just when I was in college, you know. Baby, they want us to believe anything. Anything. Not only that there would be evidence in the baby, hey V Carter, they are out here just farting shit out like we just stupid as fuck. And you want to know why? Hey, universal goddess. Because they think everybody just dumb. Because they know that they are these people know that they're responsible for the diminution of the education system, not just in the great state of Mississippi, but in this country writ large. And now we just supposed to be stupid as fuck. The president of the college said we need to move on. How? Because Trey can't move on, sir. You want us to move on. Fuck you mean? Move on. This is what I'm talking about. Crazy homebody girl said it was cameras all over campus when she was in school. Now they did have cameras, but our cameras was on like the poles and stuff. But we had cameras. We did. They was on the poles. They had the cameras on the poles and stuff. So And they did tell us that in orientation too. We have cameras all over campus on every light pole. They do. They did. And they would tell you it was, and on our campus, they would also tell you you could whenever you walk so many feet, there was one of those emergency little the little things, the emergency system things. There was the it almost looked like the little emergency post things on campus, but you knew, I think it was I know it was less than 50 to 100 feet. But is it at every so many feet there you would find one of those emergency machines where it could just, you could press the button, it would it was one button, you could press it, down 911. It had a little blue light above it, always on. That blue light was always on it, so you could always find one of the machines. And if anything was happening, you could always go to that machine and press the button. It would immediately dial 911 to school police. I'm just saying. Right, the little blue phone on campus. The call box. Thank you. The little call box. It was every so many feet. Had a little blue light on top of it, and everywhere on campus. Didn't matter where you were. If you walked, I forgot, I think it might have been 50 to 100 feet, somewhere around there. But they told you when you walk that many, you will always find one in any direction. Hey Angela, what's going on? So yeah, Stum ain't right here. We need to see the video. Don't tell us the fuck to get over it. Release the fucking videos. And this was back in the late 90s. We had all of that. So you mean to tell me in 2025? And this is a college campus. Somebody is outside walking campus at every moment of the day and night. There's not a college campus around America where you conveniently have 0 people walking throughout campus. Somebody walking to and from their boyfriend or girlfriend house for they bust down. Somebody crawling back to the dorm after they got drunk off their ass at a party. Somebody, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. So more information is forthcoming, and we will monitor the situation because, like I said, we'll buy it. They're trying to hide something. They are. Well, like I said, as more information comes available, we'll make you aware and keep you informed. In more sugar spiky news. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, we all had to take the walk of shame. We all had to do it. I'm just saying. I've had some walks of shame. Yeah. I remember I left a basketball player's dorm. We had done got through wrestling. And stuff got everywhere, like, ooh. And I remember that's for a members only chat. We'll talk about that later. That'll be for a members only chat. mm. Mm. It wasn't in the woods, Xavier. It was in the middle of campus, over by the pickleball court. Child. My first 2 years was in the dorm, and then I moved out. Child. Anyway, so the Democrats ain't shit. Where my DMV, my DC people? All my DC people, put a 27 in the chat. All my DC people. Let me know. Let me DC stand up. Because I need y'all to know that these people ain't shit. Okay. Yeah. Now you took me back with dorm mothers. All of the girl dorms had RAs, but they also had dorm mothers. I remember that. Especially at FAM, I remember they had RAs, but they had the dorm mother, and she was in charge of all of the girls in the dorm. They sure did. Now you took me back with that, Demetria. Cha. Cha. If you had the right RA, you knew how to get in. All right, my DC people, okay, and DC adjacent. Let's get to it. These people ain't shit. So we now have Democrats voting with the Trump administration. What do I mean? Well, let's talk about it. The House approved two DC crime bills yesterday, proposed by Republicans as a part of their ongoing effort to improve public safety in the District of Columbia, most notably through Donald John's federal law enforcement surge. The two bills addressed issues involving juvenile justice and received the support of some Democrats as well as Republican lawmakers. One bill would no longer allow those in DC between the ages of 18 and 24 to be sentenced under juvenile guidelines. N- um, Known as the DC Crimes Act, the bill would also require the DC Attorney General to establish a public website that will publish statistics on youth criminal acts. Mhm. That's the first bill. The second bill, which was also approved, would lower the age that individuals could be charged as adults in DC from 16 to 14 for certain violent crimes. Currently, defendants between 14 and 17 are prosecuted by DC's Attorney General. Um, but now, after the should the bill pass through the Senate, which they are expecting, uh, 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 um, it wouldn't go through DC's elected attorney general. It would go straight to DC's U.S. attorney, which is now that crazy crack whore bitch Janine Pirro, former Fox personality. So now the federal district U.S. attorney would now be the ones that will prosecute juveniles, children in DC. Now they are moving the age from 16 to 14, where you could be tried as an adult. Now, and DC said both sides of the aisle. Oh, we getting there, DC? I mean, not DC. Really, B? That's exactly where I'm going. I told you 31 Democrats voted in favor of this with the Republicans. So basically, what they're saying is we are lockstep and key with Donald John, the MAGA nuts, and all of these people out here screaming that DC is the worst place on earth. Let me give you the names of those 31 because I have them here. Matter of fact, let me put this over here so y'all can look at it with me. Here are the 31 Democrats who voted uh, with uh, with Republicans and Donald John against DC. Representative Jake Auchincloss, Democrat out of Massachusetts. Representative Herb Conaway, Democrat out of New Jersey. Representative J. Louis Correa, Democrat out of California. Representative Jim Costa, Democrat out of California. Oh, I'm going through each and every name like we always do. Because if you live in some of these areas, if you live in some of these districts, and these are people who represent you, you need to be trying to get these people out of there. Now, I see somebody ask about Eleanor Holmes Norton. She was adamantly and vehemently against it, but she doesn't have a vote. Eleanor Holmes Norton does not have a vote. Okay? But let's continue. Fuck bitch and fuck boy Henry Cuellar, Democrat out of Texas. We done already told you about his bitch ass. We done already dog walked Henry Cuellar countless numbers of times around here. Representative Sharice Davids of Kansas, Democrat. Representative Don Davis, Democrat of North Carolina. Representative Laura Gillen, Democrat of New York. Representative Jared Golden, Democrat of Maine. Representative Vicente Gonzalez, Democrat out of Texas. Representative Maggie Goodlander, Democrat out of New Hampshire. Representative Josh Harder, Democrat out of California. Representative Marcy Kaptur, Democrat out of Ohio. Representative Bill Keating, Democrat out of Massachusetts. Representative Susie Lee, Democrat out of Nevada. Representative Stephen Lynch, Democrat out of Massachusetts. These are all of the people on the Democratic side that voted for this fuck shit. I told y'all these people on the Democratic side. And there be people in my inbox be dog walking me, telling me you act like you like MAGA because you always coming at the Democrats because you bitch ass fuckers do fuck shit. I'm not one of these people. When you come to my platform, I'm just going, rubber step anything they do on the left. If the shit is wrong, we calling it out. Left, right, and everything in between. That's what the fuck we got going on. Representative John Mannion, Democrat out of New York. Representative Dave Menn, Democrat out of California. Representative Jared Moskowitz, Democrat out of Florida. Representative Jimmy Pineda, Democrat out of California. Representative Chris Pappas, Democrat out of New Hampshire. Representative Marie Glusenkamp Perez, Democrat out of Washington State. Representative Josh Riley, Democrat out of New York. Representative Patrick Ryan, Democrat out of New York. Representative Kim Schreier, Democrat out of Washington State. Representative Darren Soto, Democrat out of Florida. Representative Greg Stanton, Democrat out of Arizona. Representative Norma Torres, Democrat out of California. Representative Derek Tran, Democrat out of California. Representative Eugene Vindman, Democrat out of Virginia. And Representative George Whitesides, Democrat out of California. Those are the 31. That's them. That's the 31 right there. If you are in a district that they are purported to represent, you know what you need to do. Primary season is coming faster than you know it. Primary season is coming. You did not wait, I think I saw, let me make sure, let me go back. Thought I saw one person from the Congressional Black Caucus. Yes, Don Davis, Representative Don Davis out of North Carolina, and Representative Herb Conaway out of New Jersey. I knew I had saw somebody. I knew I saw a couple. You had two out of the Congressional Black Caucus. Those are the two. Hmm. Again, the two out of the Congressional Black Caucus, Representative Don Davis out of North Carolina, and that's North Carolina District 1, and Representative Herb Conaway out of New Jersey, and that's New Jersey District 3. Hmm. Oh, we always have a couple mama bees. It's always a couple of them. Hmm. And the reason that a lot of these people, especially even on the Democratic side, like to, can so easily vote for this because they don't see black children as children. They look at our children and think that they're big burly monsters. This is why we have cases like Tamir Rice being murdered as a little boy, and countless other murders of black babies at the hands of law enforcement and people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. I thought it was earlier in the year. You might be right. I thought that was earlier in the year, DPG. Thought it was like February or something like that. February or March. But it's a mess. A mess. A damn mess. Y'all, these people, left and right, do not care about black people. That's on the left and right. And as is customary, it's always some of our own ready and willing to throw us to the wolves to have their own proximity to whiteness, or to get an extra few coins and an extra few nickels to rub against each other. This is the fuck shit that we have to deal with. Let me move on. I might spike out. I'm trying to keep it together. But y'all know I've tried to stay on top of this DC situation because DC is us. When you think DC, that's us. That's our people. That's black people. Go to any state capital in the South, definitely. Any state capital south of the Mason-Dixon line, certainly, you will always find a large black population. You know why you always find a large black population in any state capital south of the Mason-Dixon line? Because they used slaves and they used black bodies to build all of those huge buildings and monuments and state capitals and domes and stuff. Black bodies and slaves were used to build those. And so there were always large black slave populations in and around state capitals. Go look at any state capital south of the Mason-Dixon line. You will always find a large black population. In more news, since we're in the business of these people making black people look like the worst people on earth, The Department of Justice quietly removed from its website a study showing far right extremists were responsible for the bulk of ideologically motivated deaths. A move that comes as the GOP seeks to back claims from your president that the radical left poses a greater danger than the right wing. The 2024 study, in which several criminal justice researchers reviewed National Institute of Justice data, found far more instances of deaths credited to right wing groups. The study was still available on the Justice Department website last week, but a researcher on extremism posted on social media that it had been removed in the days after the killing of right wing activist Charlie Kirk. Um, in a post, the researcher posted, quote, the number of far right I'm sorry, this is not a post from him, this is from the actual study, this is a quote from the actual study itself. It said the number of far right attacks continues to outpace all other types of terrorism and domestic violent extremism. Since 1990, far right extremists have committed far more ideologically motivated homicides than far left or radical Islamist extremists, including 227 events that took more than 520 lives. In that same period, far left extremists committed 42 ideologically motivated attacks that took 78 lives. End of quote. Mm-hmm. Are we surprised? Are we surprised that they are deleting and removing data that doesn't support their lies and conspiracy theories? We're not surprised. None of this surprises us. None of it. In more sugar spiky news, that's Ben and Jerry of the famed Ben and Jerry's ice cream brand. Well, Jerry Greenfield, co-founder of Ben and Jerry's ice cream, he quit. Mhm. Jerry Greenfield, co-founder of the Ben and Jerry's ice cream brand, has stepped down from the company he started 47 years ago, citing a retreat from its campaigning spirit under parent company Unilever. He wrote in an open letter late Tuesday night, which was shared on Twitter, formerly X, formerly Twitter, by his co-founder Ben Cohen. He expressed in that letter that he could no longer, quote, in good conscience remain an employee of the company, and said the company had been silenced, end of quote. He said the company's values and campaigning work on peace, justice, and human rights allowed it to be more than just an ice cream company, and said the independence to pursue this was guaranteed when Anglo Dutch packaged food giant Unilever bought the brand in 2000 for $326 million. Ben of the Ben and Jerry's, his statement didn't mention Israel's ongoing military operation in Gaza, but Ben and Jerry's has been outspoken on the treatment of Palestinians for years, and in 2021 withdrew sales from Israeli settlements in what it called, quote, occupied Palestinian territory, end of quote. They did this back in 2021, some 2 years before October 7th, 2023. Mhm. Jerry Greenfield's resignation comes 5 months after Ben and Jerry's filed a lawsuit accusing Unilever of firing its chief executive Dave Stever over his support for the brand's political activism. In November last year, Ben and Jerry's filed another lawsuit accusing Unilever of silencing its public statements in support of Palestinian refugees. Jerry Greenfield also said, quote, "It's profoundly disappointing to come to the conclusion that the independence and the very basis of our sale to Unilever is gone. And it's happening at a time when our country's current administration is attacking civil rights, voting rights, the rights of immigrants, women, and the LGBTQ community." End of quote. Now, Richard Goldstein, the then president of Unilever Foods North America, said in a statement after the sale in 2000 that Unilever was, quote, "in an ideal position to bring the Ben& Jerry's brand values and socially responsible message to consumers worldwide," end of quote. But now that same Richard Greenfield claims Ben& Jerry's, quote, "has been silenced, sidelined for fear of upsetting those in power." End of quote. He said he would carry on campaigning on social justice issues outside the company. Mhm. It's sad that they sold this company to this Unilever place. I mean, conglomerate. With the understanding that Unilever knew we are politically inclined. We use our ice cream to display our activism, to let it be known of some of the things that's going on. And now Unilever, that now owns the Ben and Jerry brand, is saying, "Yeah, we ain't about that life. We are not about to let the Trump administration and MAGA nuts stop us from making a dollar. Damn you and your activism. Damn you standing up for what's right in the face of these lunatics." And Jerry said, "Enough is enough. I can't do this no more." So sad, sad day. Sad, sad, sad day. Yeah. I would have put in writing, if we ever get to a point where either one of us has to feels the urge to remove itself from the company, then you can no longer use our names. That's what I would do. I haven't tried that flavor, Demetria. Now you make me want some. Let me go over to Publix and get me some. But yeah, it's a sad, sad day. Sad, sad day. In more sugar spiky news, Harvard University quietly, and they always do this stuff quietly. You notice that, right? Harvard University quietly ended a program, the undergraduate minority recruitment program, back in May. And the purpose of that program was to encourage minority students to learn more and help them apply to the prestigious institution. So, this was a program designed to encourage minority students and help apply to encourage them to apply and assist them in the application process. This program was founded some 54 years ago in 1971. The UMRP helped aspirational students in middle and high school with the university application process. To do this, the program employed counselors who addressed questions from prospective students about life at the school and about the application process. According to Harvard's news outlet, The Crimson, As of 2012, between 75 and 90% of all minority students who have matriculated through Harvard had some interaction with the UMRP program. However, the UMRP has no bearing on the application decisions. It was simply a program to assist students with the application process, how to fill out the applications, things that information about what life is like on Harvard's campus, but had no bearing on the official admissions or application decisions. Just a program to help minority students understand what the process is, be informed of all of the parts of the process, but ultimately has no bearing on admissions or the application decisions. And I just quoted to you, between 75 and 90% of all minority students that came through Harvard had some interaction with the UMRP. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here we are. All right, we at this point, we're never surprised. Demetria said, "Well, fuck y'all too, Harvard. We got a good fuck you for everybody. We reserve the right to have a good fuck you to any and everybody who we need to." I'm just saying. Moving on. Where's Angela Richey? Is she still in here? Angela Richey, pop out of the bushes. Pop out of the bushes if you still here. Anybody else live in the great state of Michigan? Anybody else live in the great state of Michigan? Oh, you live in the great state of Michigan. Do I want to talk to my Michigan people? Well, I hope y'all didn't think that y'all were going to go unscathed. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to pass, but apparently, Republican representatives in the great state of Michigan have introduced a bill that would ban porn. Mhm. It would not only ban porn, it would ban a whole lot of other online content. I told y'all we're turning into fascist China. Mhm. Where they ban or put limits on what you can look at online. The Anti Corruption of Public Morals Act, House Bill 4938, is primarily sponsored by Representative Josh Scriver and includes fellow Republican Representatives Joseph Pavlov, Matthew Maddock, James DeSana, Joseph Fox, and Jennifer Warts. The Anti Corruption of Public Morals Act would prohibit sharing, distributing, selling, or hosting certain material on the internet. The bill's list includes pornography in the form of videos, erotica, magazines, stories, manga, AI generated material, live feeds, and sound clips, but doesn't stop there. Prohibited material described in the bill includes visuals, meaning real, animated, or digitally created, visual, written, and audio depictions and descriptions of many sex acts, including intercourse, oral sex, ejaculation, BDSM, group sex, penetration with sex toys, as well as erotic autonomous sensory meridian response content, better known as ASMR, as well as moaning and sensual voice content. Baby, they say they don't even want y'all to listen to people moaning. You can't even be moaning um up to the Michigan if they pass this bill. Audio erotica, sex toy reviews, and AMSR YouTube channels could all be banned in Michigan should the bill be passed into law as well. The act also bans depictions and descriptions of, quote, a disconnection between biology and gender by an individual of one biological sex imitating, depicting, or representing himself or herself to be of the other biological sex, end of quote. This means that online content about or by trans people would be banned in Michigan. So basically, even if a trans person was not doing porn, just doing a regular YouTube blog, they would be banned. hmm So they want to erase all images, depictions, likeness of trans people from the internet. Ban it for all people in the great state of Michigan. Here we are. Failure to comply could result in a fine up to $100,000 and or up to 20 years in prison for people or entities that run online platforms. If more than 100 pieces of prohibited material are found, the punishment increases to a fine of up to $125,000 and or up to 25 years in prison. I have no reason to believe that this will pass in the great state of Michigan. I really don't believe this is going to pass. But the fact that these people are trying it and putting bills on the floor like this, yeah. Now, mind you, I guarantee you some of the same people sponsoring and co authoring this bill look at all of the things online that they're trying to ban. I'm sure if you go to their stash in their hard drives and in their phones, you'd find everything that they're attempting to ban. Right, D. Johnson. That's a great question, Janae. Like I said, this is being sponsored by some Republican state representatives. I have no reason to believe, not 125, 25 years in prison. I have no reason to believe that this will pass in the great state of Michigan. However, stranger things happen. We'll monitor the situation and keep you abreast. In more sugar spiky news, and thank God, our last sugar spiky story. Now, I told you these people in the wake of the murder of Charlie Kirk have now become escaped from fucking reality, right? However, that doesn't mean that they won't that this won't happen. Well, Republican lawmakers in Congress, in both the House and the Senate, okay? Republican lawmakers have introduced a resolution to, quote, honor the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk with a national day of remembrance, end of quote. The resolution, introduced by Congressman Jimmy Patronis and Senator Rick Scott, would move to designate October 14th, Kirk's birthday, as a remembrance day for the late conservative activist. Yep. hmm Co-sponsors of this bill include Representatives Aaron Bean, Mark Alford, Gus Billikakis, Bilirakis, Mike Collins, Carlos Jimenez, Anna Paulina Luna, Corey Mills, Barry Moore, Maria Salazar, Austin Scott, Greg Stubbe, and Derek Van Orden. Trick Scott said in this press release, um, in a joint in a press release that quote Charlie Kirk was a magnetic leader, a loving father and husband, and a friend and inspiration to so many. End of quote. Congressman Petronis described Kirk as quote a fearless warrior for free speech, faith, and the principles that make America the greatest country in the world. End of quote. You should know that Congressman Petronis and Senator Scott said they already have bipartisan support and expect to have members of the Democratic Party co-sponsor help them co-sponsor said resolutions. October 14th also happens to not only be the birthday of Charlie Kirk, but it also happens to be the birthday of George Floyd. hmm Here we are. Here the fuck we are. I'm just here to report on this. I don't know what y'all want from me. I just report on the things. Okay. I just report the stories. That's it. That's all. As we dive out of the sugar spike segment and do the cannonball deeper into the dossier, Jaden Smith finds himself in the news. He's been hired as men's creative director for Christian Louboutin and is moving to Paris, France. hmm Um, um, Jaden will oversee the men's. Will help in some of the oversight of the men's division, but will more so be in charge on the creative side of shoes, leather goods, and accessories, along with developing campaigns, events, and immersive experiences. He plans to present his first designs in Paris in January during Men's Fashion Week. He's also going to oversee 4 collections a year. Mhm. He went on record saying, quote, "This is one of the biggest honors of my life, and I feel a lot of pressure to be able to live up to everything that Christian has done for the house and also stepping into such a serious role." End of quote. Christian Louboutin said that Jaden Smith was his only candidate for the job. Get it, Jaden? You gonna find you another boy toy over there? I know you and Tyler, the creator. You know, y'all been on the rocks for some time. You're gonna find you another little boy toy. You know, it's a lot of cute little black soccer players over there. Go ahead and get you one of the cute little French black French soccer players over there or something like that. Football is real big over there. I'm sure you can find you a little boo thing over there, Jaden. We happy for you, Jaden. You know what I'm saying? Do your big one, Jaden. Don't never let it be said you can't stand in your own right, okay? And make money for yourself. Go ahead. We love you, Jaden. Hmm. All right. Oh, Jesus God. I swear to y'all, I'm about as sick of this woman being in my news cycle as I am of Charlie Kirk being in my news cycle. I'm telling you, I'm sick of both of them. So she just came out and confirmed that she's a whole ass whore. The woman just let any and everything skeet, skeet, skeet up in her box. Do. I'm so sick of her. So she confirmed that Stephon Diggs uh uh um has impregnated her. Listen, I'm so sick of her. I mean, as much as you complain about what's her boyfriend name, her husband name, Offset. Is that the one? Quavo. One of them. I can't keep up with these rappers or whoever. I can't keep up between her and Meg the Stallion. They done basically got they back cracked by any and everybody in the entertainment business, in sports, in television. If you have any amount of notoriety and any amount of blackness in you, they will allow you to enter their body. The woman is a whole ass whore. I said it. If you mad about it, come fight me. You made spicy sausage and cheese pasta and garlic parmesan crescent roll. Ooh, that sound good. Megan get around to don't try and act like Megan don't get around. Megan got a grocery list. Megan trying to compete with Lori Harvey. Megan, go look up all of Megan's boy toys. Megan don't fuck off. Megan gets it in. She makes great use of those Megan knees. I'm just saying. You ever think that you want to slap a condom on some of these people? Because I notice, ma'am, you like to have sex with men who are in the business of dipping their spoons into sugar bowls. And when you have sex, unprotected sex, with men in the business of dipping their spoons into sugar bowls, you can catch some shit. You over here just worried about having a baby. You need to be worried about the other things. Because let's be clear. Now, here's why I keep my foot on these on her neck. Because as I reside in the Rainbow Coalition compound, anytime a member of the G corridor of the Rainbow Coalition compound, if we out here having sex, right? We get called all types of abominations. We get told that we never get to have sex and just let that just be, right? We never just get to have sex and that's it. Just even saying that you might be gay, same gender loving, or anything like that, people automatically assume that you got AIDS or HIV. I'm just telling you how this goes. They seem to believe that those of us in the G corridor of the Rainbow Coalition compound, all we do all day is go out there and have frivolous, unprotected sex. And if we do have this frivolous, unprotected sex, that means that all of us must have HIV and AIDS. That's what people say. You want to know how I know? Because anytime somebody comes and tries to read anybody that is gay, the first thing they say is, you got HIV or AIDS. That's the first thing. Have no knowledge of the health status of any of these people, but that's the first thing they say, because to this day, gay men having sex naturally means that you must have HIV or AIDS. But she's allowed to have unprotected sex with half of the eastern seaboard, and nobody bats an eye. Here we are. I love Megan Z. Y'all know I love Megan Z. I don't like this whore, but I love Megan Z. But Megan Z got a mama has a list. Mama has a resume. Mama don't mind. I love Megan Z down. Love her. But mama got a list now. Mama got a long list. A long one. I'm just saying. If you believe she's only been with 3 men, you're fooling yourself. If you believe that Cardi B has only been with 3 men, I only been with 3 men then. If she could only be with 3, if she's only been with 3 men, well, damn it, I only been with 3 of them. How about that? If she could, if y'all can claim she only been with 3, well, hell, I only been with 3 too. Fuck that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Cardi B has been with 3 men. Girl. If she been with 3 men, then I only been with 3. Child. I'm not doing this with y'all. The way y'all contort yourself for this non-black fuck whore that wants to call me all types of N-words, I would not. I don't have it to do with her. Child, he got all types of allegations. Child. Child. Lord. Fuck that whore. Chris Bosh finds himself in the dossier today. DPG, we know this. The woman was a whole ass whore down to the strip club. It's widely known that the bitch used to get her back cracked for a few extra dollars down to the damn strip club. She's a fucking whore. But they want to come over here contorting themselves to try and come to her defense. Fuck the raggedy whore bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Would I let Stefan? He all right. He's just all right to me. It just depended on how big it was, Chimera. But he ain't all that to me. Like, he's always just been all right looking to me. He not ugly, but it's a whole lot of other NFL players that I would be jumping over over chairs and tables to get to before Stephon. Child, it's a couple coaches I'll be jumping over chairs to get to before I get to Stephon. See that great fine ass coach of the Houston, Texas, D'Amico Ryans. That's a fine black man. Jesus God. D'Amico Ryans down there at head coach of the Houston Texans. Child. Ooh, child. Child. Um, what? Hoeing, sowing, new things growing. What? No. I don't be hoeing like that. I'm just good at what I do. And people want to have stories on me. But everybody don't have a story on me. They want one. Can I get to the dossier? Hey, he cute side mirror. Oh, he from Bessemer, Alabama? Baby, that's a fine black man. Woo, cha. That is a fine black man. Hold on. Let me take a pause to show y'all D'Amico. Well, let me go back to this whore so I can show y'all, since y'all say I told y'all I would go for some I'll go for a few coaches before I go for her. Here go D'Amico. Baby, give me some parts of. Hold on. Give me some parts. Wait, what just happened? Yeah, this is what I need. Him right here. Him right here is what I need. I need some parts of D'Amico. Him right there. Give me some of him. That's who I need. Uh-huh. Cha. He be on that sidelines looking good as hell. Hey, D'Amico. Cha. This is this him from 2 years ago when he was with my beloved 49ers. Hold on. This him from 2 years ago when he was with my beloved 49ers. Yeah, give me some of him. He was the defensive coordinator for my beloved 49ers. Uh-huh. Woo, child. Child. I'll take some of him. Will. I ain't paying you no mind, Xavier. Ain't. He do not look like Naked Barber. You talk about Brandon. He do not look like Brandon. Anyway. Child. Chris Bosh is, let me get back to the dossier, okay? We almost done. We got to get over to really be, okay? Because I do not want y'all telling that woman that I made y'all late to her class again, okay? We almost done. We got 2 more stories, and we're gonna be out of here before y'all say I made y'all late to that woman's class. Girl. So Christopher finds himself in the news. Hold on. Now, what happened to you, Christopher? NBA veteran Chris is facing explosive claims from his former personal assistant, who says the Hall of Famer and his wife man in a newly filed lawsuit. Olga Kirpicheva sexual assault and even covering up an alleged assault. Kirpicheva, who joined the Bosh household in 2017, says Adrienne routinely berated her and fostered a culture of intimidation. Things worsened when a male relative on the family payroll allegedly began sexually harassing her, making vulgar comments and pressing his body against hers. Despite being aware, the lawsuit claims that the Bosches did nothing. The complaint also details a 2022 incident during a trip to Indiana for Bosch's youth basketball camp. Kirpicheva says a camp coach forced his way into her hotel room and assaulted her. She alleges Chris deliberately avoided her attempts to report the incident. After resigning, Kirpicheva says she was locked out of a Bosch owned apartment, forcing her to go to court to retrieve her passport and other essential documents. During that time, she claimed her identity was stolen and used in multiple fraud attempts. The Bosches have denied all allegations and argue that Kirpicheva consented to certain actions and acted improperly during her employment. Kirpicheva is now seeking damages, including compensation for emotional distress and unpaid wages. Oh, those some serious allegations, Chris. Chris, that's serial. Ooh. Y'all believe these allegations? I'm leaning on. I tend to want to believe this. We'll monitor the situation, but this seems. Ooh, this seems real believable. Um. I, I I don't know, but anyway, Chris, y'all, I hope y'all got good lawyers. Um, Bel Air, they have announced that Bel Air will end after season 4. Now, I believe that the season coming up in November is season 3, right? Y'all correct me on that. The season coming up in November, I know it starts on November 24th. Um, or is this season 4 coming up? Is this season 4 coming up or season 3? But we do know that the show will end after season 4. Um let me see what y'all said in the chat. This is season 4. Okay, so this is season 4. So this is the last season of Bel Air. I've enjoyed the little show. At first, I didn't think I would like it. At first, I was real skeptical, but I like the actors. The only one who I don't like is Coco Jones. She's just not a good actress to me. Her acting is real meh. Her singing, she can sing. I'm not gonna say Coco Jones can sing. It's just for me, her singing just gives me, I can go down to the local karaoke bar and hear some great singers do exactly what Coco Jones does. She don't give me nothing that make me go, "Oh, I need to go listen to Coco Jones music." And her acting is about the same. The rest of the cast of actors and actresses, I think, do a phenomenal job on this show. Mhm. My favorite is Aunt Viv. She's probably my favorite character on the show, Aunt Viv. Yeah. I love Aunt Viv's character. Um I love Ashley's character. Carlton's character. He plays a great Carlton. So I'm just saying. But yeah, this will be the last season. It starts on November 24th. Make sure you're watching. And that's the dossier for today, y'all. That is the dossier for the day. That's all we got. Listen, y'all, I'm about to be out of here. Now, I have some good news and bad news. The good news is I'll be here on Monday. The bad news is tomorrow is a travel day for me all day. And I have a wedding this weekend and a lot of activities with the wedding, and then I have an event on Sunday as well, and then Sunday will be a travel day as well. Um so yeah, I got all that going on over the next few days. So I will not be back until Monday. I'm gonna miss y'all too, but never fear, I'll be back on Monday, just like we never left. Okay, I'll try to check in but y'all know whenever I say I'm gonna try to check in, my days get real out of order. I do have a little bit of time Saturday morning, so if I can check in Saturday morning, it won't be a silly Saturday because I just won't have time to put together a silly Saturday. But I might just do a Saturday check in real quick if I can. Um, just depends on how good the internet is. The last time I tried to do a check in, the internet was so damn bad. I couldn't get the internet to it couldn't keep a connection, and I ain't want to, have that issue. So that's why the last time I was supposed to check in when I was out, I couldn't. Anyway, we'll see how the hotel is, um, how the Wi-Fi with the hotel is when I get there. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. I thank you so much for being here with me. I thank you so much for indulging me today. Hey, Magical Mermaid. Um, I'm gonna do the best I can, Catherine Powell. But we'll be back at some point. Y'all lay around right there. I'm gonna send y'all over to Really Be. But that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I will see y'all. If not, I'll pop in sometime this weekend. I'll see y'all on Monday. Love y'all.